Hello, welcome to the Critical Obsession podcast. My name is Mirella,
And I'm Zoe.
and today we're going to react to a trailer. What is the trailer for, Zoe?
So the trailer is for an upcoming BL called Red Peafowl. Now, I have no idea when it's coming out. It was funny, I was on my drama list just a little bit earlier having a look because I remember this particular, like, I guess it's almost like a pilot trailer kind of, was released 4 months ago, I think. And on my drama list, everyone's like, "Has it been cancelled? Like, what's happening?" Because there's not been like an actual trailer, like release trailer.
Mhm.
But they have been like, I went to their YouTube channel and they like were releasing something like as of 4 weeks ago, and on Twitter and that as well, like yesterday or something. So they're definitely doing stuff. So who knows when it's actually going to air? But I assume probably in this front half of 2024, I would imagine.
I watched it. I'm very much confused again, as I usually am by the pilot trailers. They are weird. I don't know what to make with them.
I actually found this one not as confusing as others. But that being said, I read a little bit about it before I watched it because my mum had been talking to me about it for weeks. I don't know how she found out about it, but she was just like, she's a huge fan of Kim Porsche. So
Mhm.
she was like, "Oh, there's gonna be a new Mafia one, and apparently it's gonna be really good." And at this stage, they hadn't cast the leads. Like they had pretty much cast the rest of the entire show, but they hadn't cast the leads, and so there was all this speculation to who would be playing the main characters. Because once again, I don't know if this is. I think this is based on a book. I don't know.
It is
Yeah,
based on a book.
yeah, because the characters were familiar to people. So, um,
Based on a novel. Yeah.
okay, so there's some people were like speculating who's going to play the main characters and stuff, and
Hmm.
my mum kept going to me, "Oh, when they release the pilot trailer, we should watch it." And I was like, "Sure, sure, whatever." And then I don't know, a couple of weeks went by. Well, probably actually longer than that, I think. And it was really interesting because, like, all of the people that people had thought were going to be playing these roles, it was no one. These guys are pretty much almost unknown. So,
Hmm.
the guy who's playing the mafia character, he has another show in his like profile in my drama list, but it's one that hasn't been made yet, like a bit like this, or hasn't aired yet. So essentially, no one's seen him in anything, as far as I know.
Hmm.
And the other guy, the one who plays the cop, he has been in a couple of things, but like nothing I've watched. I'm not familiar with any of the shows or anything. At first, I thought he was somebody else because he looks a lot like another actor, but I don't know. I know what the actor looks like, but I don't know his name or anything, kind of thing. And I can't remember what he was in. He just so at first I thought it was him. Um, and so I went to look them up to sort of see, and
Hmm.
discovered something interesting once again. So the guy playing the cop, and I can't remember what his name is, but it's like I couldn't pronounce it anyway. I don't think without butchering it.
Lou, Inspector Lou, let's
No,
say.
no, no. The actor's name. The actor's name.
Oh, no, I don't know.
No, I feel bad because I don't know how to pronounce his name. He's like 25 in real life, so that's okay and everything. The guy who's playing the mafia, he's only 18, and literally his birthday was in September, so he has just turned 18. And I'm a little bit
Oh,
mind blown by that because he has like this quiet intensity in his presence. Like,
it looked to me like he was playing a psychopath.
yeah, but he's like has this um like his presence on screen is very unusual for someone who's like literally just turned 18. Like I can see why they cast him
Hmm.
because he has this like intensity to him, this like
Hmm.
impactful presence. But yeah, I'm surprised because he's literally only just turned 18. And once again, this is on the side of the, I guess, the raunchier of the BLs that they're putting out, which
Hmm.
I guess fits the genre like of the mafia, whatever, like story that they're telling. Um, but yeah, in terms of the story itself, I think the general my general understanding of it is the cop gets captured and sort of tortured by the other one.
Yeah.
And then some stuff happens while he's being like held captive. It's very Kid Porsche of them. And then he essentially goes back to his life, but is sort of kind of forced to go back and interact, and then there's like they fall in love or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, obviously, there's all this other drama surrounding that. There's a lot of characters in it, so I feel like I don't know whether that will be confusing or whether it should be okay, because a lot of them are fairly like you'll have seen them in things, like it's
What
got
was confusing to me was that they introduced a lot of characters that I did not even remember. I was like, who are you? Why are you here? What is the point? Because I suppose you like if you read the novel, you would recognize them and you'd be excited, but I didn't. So I was like, okay,
yeah.
random character, nice, that appears and never reappears again, or reappears. I don't remember them because like there are too many characters.
Yeah. I mean,
Well, there are too many. There are many characters, let's say,
yeah,
but
there are definitely a lot.
the main story between the two main guys seems interesting. What I thought was funny was that they were talking about the inspector, and how his skills are impressive or crazy or something, and then and then he's suddenly that tattoo guy appears, and like the inspector guy's pants drop.
Yeah. Yeah, that scene is hilarious because I'm just like, without knowing the story, I'm like, he totally overpowered him, and it's like, is he that powerful, or is he has that effect on him? And then the pants dropping thing, I feel like I laughed the first time I was watching this and I saw that, because it kind of was like I felt like it was kind of a metaphor, almost for like, you know, I guess the only way I can think of it is like in like the lady version where, like you
Uh-huh.
see a really hot boy and like your panties drop. It's like I felt
Uh-huh.
like it was the male version of that. And so because I'm just like, did he, because you don't see him, it doesn't look necessarily like the mafia guy undid them. It's like they just fell down,
Mm-hmm.
which is very inconvenient timing, but also a hilarious joke if that's what they're doing. And if he did unzip them, well, bravo. But like, I'm just like, when I first saw it, I laughed and I was like, well, that's kind of funny. I like dramas when they're super serious, but then they do like little things like that, because it's just enough not to take you out of it, but like enough to sort of like you're not expecting it, so it kind of livens it up a little bit when
Mm-hmm.
it's getting like super dark or whatever. I mean, it's very kind of like intense already. I mean, he literally has the guy's name written, like carved into his flesh. Like that's pretty. And he did it himself
Yeah.
as well, because I remember like reading about it. And when I was reading about it, it made it sound like the mafia guy did it to him. And I was thinking, oh, that's a bit, I'm like, I don't know about that. But then
Uh-huh.
when I saw this and he did it himself, I was like, well, okay, that's interesting. I mean, obviously he did it to survive, but still, it's a lot different than if the other guy had done it to him. So, yeah, it's quite interesting. But it.
Something happened to the tattoo guy that he cannot stop thinking about.
Mm,
He lost something, or something traumatic happened to him. Also, it was interesting, the idea that he's afraid people will fall in love with a tattoo instead of him.
mm,
I guess the tattoo is supposed to represent his position, his power, his influence.
yeah. And it's
So,
interesting
but
because
he's not showing it. But I doubt he's not showing this stuff when he's being a mafia guy.
mm,
So I'm curious to know what they mean by this.
yeah. And I feel like what do you call it? I feel like um, he obviously doesn't trust anybody either. Like he literally trusts
Mm-hmm.
nobody. And it does look like it does sort of look like from the trailer, like towards the end of the trailer, where the cop is like crying and pointing a gun at him and saying, like, was this all part of the plan? I need you to tell me like what's true and what's not. was like, did he trust him? Did he actually fall in love with him? It was all just like a messed up, game sort of thing.
Well, you know how it happens. You make a plan, you want to kill some people, you want to use an inspector, and then you fall in love with him or like while using him, and then he's like asking you, "What is the plan?" You don't know how to answer.
It's like,
Usually,
technically yes, but then like, some shit happened. Your pants fell down.
yeah.
I fell in love. the fell in love bit happened after the pants fell
That's so
down.
loud.
Yeah, it's quite funny. But well, it's interesting too because you mentioned the tattoo and this idea of it being like a symbol of his power and stuff. It's interesting too because a peafowl is a type of peacock, like a breed of peacock, and there's that whole like saying about peacocking and about like showing off and like showing like a false side, like distracting everybody with this like really pretty and like exotic looking thing where the truth behind it is like not as
impressive.
Yeah.
Yes, but also the fact that that guy who's like supposed to be the mysterious villain, he's a hawk, right? And his natural prey is the
peacock.
Peacock, yeah. And if you look at this from this point of view, then the peacock is like their vulnerability.
Yeah, it's interesting too.
It's a weakness. Yeah. So Max is there. Bon is there. I was really surprised to see Max there. I don't know why. It's not like I know what company he's from and like where to expect to see him. But I was like, oh,
yeah, there's a lot of people that you will recognize from other things. Like you may not know who they are, but you'll be like, oh, okay. I mean, there's so many people in this. So once it's like airing and you're watching it and the characters were introduced, properly, then even though there's so many of them, it will kind of be okay. But
oh, maybe they appeared and I was supposed to be impressed because it's an actor that a lot of people know, but I just don't know them. So I was like, huh? What's this?
That's so funny. Possibly. But yeah, it's really interesting that they've chosen these kind of almost unknowns with like a huge cast of kind of like quite well done, well, not well done, well known or like fairly well known, or like long time, but maybe have always played like bit parts or something. Like there's definitely like of the cast that they've kind of assembled could have shook a couple of leads out of there. But obviously they were looking for something specific. So it's really, really interesting the casting choices they made. But as I said, I kind of understand why they cast the young guy, even though he's so young, because he has like this presence. Like I believe him as that character.
I believed he had like he had a psychopath vibe. Like he was playing it reminded me of Flower of Evil. And it's like, is he the inspector and the psycho that is not actually a psycho is like this supposed to be
yeah, well that will be interesting. Is he an actual psycho playing at being like somewhat normal, or is he like
the
sort of
peacock
normal trying to disguise the fact that he's not a psychopath, that he has this like soft underbelly?
Well, yeah, because that guy was like, you shouldn't think about it anymore, about the thing that happened to him. And it's like, I'm never think about it anymore.
Yeah.
Like, something about his past. But like, obviously he still thinks about it. Because why would they show us this scene otherwise?
Yeah, well, that's right. Or it'll come into play or something. But yeah, I think it's interesting. I will definitely sort of give it a go, I think. Where would it become an obsession? I don't know, potentially. See what I did
don't know.
there?
The trailer, the idea is very interesting. The trailer is very much in your face. Like, it's not a trailer that is like something that makes you want to watch the thing necessarily on the first
Yeah, I feel like it's trying to give you
based
some
on
information.
based on the first based on the first impression. But now that I analyzed it and thought it, like, now that I had this association with Flower of Evil, it seems interesting. And if they do it well, if
Yeah,
the
it'll be really
production
good.
is good, yeah,
Mm.
it might be really good.
One thing I
If the
really like.
acting is good, because I was not that sure as you are about the acting of the main leads.
Mm-mm.
I mean, I got the psycho vibe and I was like, okay, but I don't know. I'm not sure. I need to
Well,
see more.
yeah, for me, like I don't know about the cop. Like I'm not really sure about Hit, the guy playing
Mm-hmm.
Hit, that character, but the guy playing the mafia character, the actor's name is Dollar, Dollar
Mm-hmm.
Dollar. He when he's not doing anything, when he's just standing there and looking, or like, I guess what's the word I'm looking for? Watching like the other guy, or watching what's happening or whatever. He just has this like intensity that I found really, really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That
Mm-hmm.
someone of his age normally wouldn't have, bearing in mind that, like, literally, as I said, September he was, before September he was 17 years old. So I
Mm-hmm.
don't know when it
Mm-hmm.
was shot. Like, I'm quite impressed. Just in this, like, I guess the vibe, maybe even, is probably the right word. But like you, I would need to see more. The one thing I quite liked about the pilot trailer is the use of red. I mean, obviously it's an obvious color choice given, red peafowl and whatever, but I
Mm-hmm.
liked the way they used the color. So it'll be interesting to see when they shoot the show, and that's like with the cinematography, if they weave the red all the way through, and if, like, when things are revealed, um if they start introducing other colors, or if it's always just going to be, do you know what I mean, like red and dark and stuff like that. Like, so I'm quite curious to see how they would film it, because in the trailer it's very dark, there's lots of red.
Mm-hmm.
The only time it's kind of, there's brightness and stuff, is when it's like the cop talking to like another cop, or like, otherwise it's all very quite dark and gray, and yeah, and when they're
I feel
together.
like the darkness was kind of comforting in this trailer.
Yeah, it was interesting. I found,
The,
yeah.
the red was like danger, like you're visible, you're
Yeah, yeah, in the spotlight. Yeah.
yeah, in the spotlight, and the darkness was comforting. Like when they were fighting together, a bunch of guys, one of them had Iceland written on him. I was like, okay, why? But all right, is there meaning behind that? It was kind of like they were doing their thing and they were like comforted by each other's presence, and like they were in the dark. They were.
Mm.
Um, was it just me?
Well, sometimes there's this vibe of like safety in the shadows,
Mm-hmm.
because
Felt like
if you,
this.
yeah, if you think about what's happening there, it's not really something, this relationship that's seems to be building between the two of them, whether or not it's the mafia characters' intention to use and trick him, and vice versa, the actual feelings that they are apparently going to develop for one another are not something that should be happening. No one is going to be happy about. No one is going to be happy for them. Like, the mafia guys' friends and other mafia are not going to be happy that this cop is suddenly all up in their business. So
Yeah.
no one is going to, this kind of like having each other's backs, and like, really, it's not for show. It's not for, they're obviously not playing a game. They're like fighting for their lives, kind of sort of
Yeah.
situation, is not something they necessarily want other people to see, that person is important to them, that they're willing to, like, I don't know, die for that person or whatever. So it's interesting, as you said, that it's in the shadows.
Thank you for explaining a feeling that I had so well. Couldn't have done it better.
But yeah,
You're
so I feel
amazing.
like I'm taking a little bow. But yeah, but because of that, I feel like there's promise to it. You know what I mean? Like I said, if they do it
Yeah.
well, I'd be really curious to
Yeah.
see the trailer that, like, just before this airs, that they release, to see like what kind of vibe that gives, because we know with other
Mm-hmm.
stuff it often changes quite a bit. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and obviously that you want it to invoke desire to watch it. So I kind of already have that, because my curiosity is piqued, because I feel like
Yeah.
if they do it well, it could be really, really good. And then if it's not done well, it will be an absolute disaster shit show of epic
I
proportions.
am. I do want to give it a try.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we'll have to see what happens then.
Let's wait and see.
Let's wait and see. Yeah.
So I guess this is it.
Yes, that's it.
Thank you for hanging out with us, for listening to us. Follow us on Spotify, on Tumblr, on Twitter. Interact with us. Give us a rating. It's very fun when you do, and it's fulfilling when someone responds.
And let us know, are you interested in this show? Are you gonna watch Red Peafowl? Like, is this something that you're excited and you're waiting to come out?
Are there any other trailers that you want us to react to? We're not limiting ourselves to BLs.
Yeah, I think we have done a couple of K-drama reactions as well, but
Yeah.
once again, we're not limiting ourselves to Asian drama either. Feel free to like send us whatever.
Yep. All right then. Bye for now.
Bye.